today we're working back on the S197, my wife's Mustang. If you haven't seen the other videos, check back with those and you can kind of get up to date with it. It's still new, so we ain't done a whole lot to it yet. But yesterday we put some lowering springs on it. Well, actually that was Friday, so about 2 days ago. But it didn't lower it any, hardly at all. And I'm still waiting to hear back from that, so it's still those springs. But my wife talked to her dad, which has a GT500, 2011 or 12, I believe it is. And he has 2 sets of wheels, and he's been running the factory wheels. And so he let her run these wheels until she can get a set, which might be a little while, but they're not in perfect condition, but they make the car look so much better, even with the higher ride height. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get a little cinematic of that for you, and see how this comes out. As you can tell from that little cinematic, they are true forged chicane 3-piece wheels. I believe they're 20 by 9 in the front and 20 by 11 in the rear. And like I said, since the lowering springs didn't lower it very much, we didn't need to put the panhard bar on yet. But we are going to be ordering one sometime soon, because that way the rear end will be lined back up. But you can't really tell here. You see, it's still pretty close to fender flush on the rear, but it comes out a little more on this side. So that's what that will correct whenever that time comes. But the purpose of this video is we're going to be removing all the wheels, and we're going to be painting the calipers. I said I was going to do that in the last video when I done the springs, but it ended up being really late and started getting cold. But today's supposed to be a pretty nice day. So we're going to go ahead and put it on jack stands. We're going to go ahead and take the wheels off, and we're going to take the calipers off, brackets off, and I think I'm going to wait on doing the hats, the rotor hats. Probably do that later, some other time. They're not terrible. They're not rusted or nothing. They're just silver, so it kind of looks weird. But we'll go ahead and just do the calipers and brackets. But if we have time, we're going to go ahead and tint these taillights as well. I'll be taping off the reverse and doing, tinting just the red, just like I did on the other two. My Silverado is the same way, and so is my wife's Scion. But don't know if I'm gonna get to that, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on jacking this car up. Yeah, we got the calipers in the rear painted. Not sure how well you can tell that color, but it's a purple. So you'll tell a little bit better right there. But got that done in purple, the actual caliper itself. The brackets we have in black. So that's done. While those are kind of curing a little more, I'm going to go ahead and then clear them after that. I went ahead and took the front, got the front ready to do. I'm just going to take the bags and put them on these whenever that gets done, and then we can start painting those, and it'll be close to being done with all that stuff. And then we'll see if we can move on to the tail lights. Alright, we got both front and rear painted. Just got to start on the clear coat on those, let them cure for a little bit longer. Went on and remove this panel, and we're going to go ahead, we unconnected them, take these taillights out, and then I'm going to go get that taillight tint. But all this is just 4 little pins, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you can just set that out like that, and then just unplug this, take those bolts out, and it should be easy to do. Alright, I just got back from ride on the bike to pick up some VHT nightshades. This is what I used to use a few years ago. I didn't use it on the truck or my wife's Scion because I didn't find it, and I just found Rust-Oleum lens tint. The Rust-Oleum seems like it's not as like glossy. It's more like cloudy, and I had to put a clear coat over it so it would look decent. But this stuff usually comes out pretty glossy from the beginning, but I'm still going to try to do a clear coat over top of it. But I went ahead and, you can see, taped off the reverse lights, and the way I get the lines cut for them is if you take out the reverse light and you shine a flashlight in there, you'll see the edges of the line, and then you can just take a razor blade and barely trim that and cut the tape off. But I'm going to go ahead and do the VHT nightshade, let that cure, and then go ahead and put the clear coat on, and we'll see if we can get this done tonight. We got everything done. Have not test drove it yet, so I still got to test drive, make sure brakes are fine and all that, make sure everything's spinning freely and all that mess. But not sure how well you can see the color, but we done that one in purple and then that one black on all 4 corners. You might be able to see this one a little easier. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, they turned out pretty good. The tail lights turned out pretty good too. Not super dark. I mean, you can still see some of the red. I don't want to touch it because it's still somewhat tacky probably. But turned out pretty good. Done the whole rear end looks a whole lot better. Look even better whenever I can color, do this one and then that be removed. But it's coming along. So that's it for today's video. If you want to see more on this car, just subscribe and like the video, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.